We're going to be covering the Bitch Championship, the C-Class Championship, in obedience in just a moment. It's a very open competition this year.
Yes, it is, Peter. There are 30 dogs in this class, which I think must be a record. I've never known such a large class, which makes it very interesting because all the dogs are well matched. They're on the same level to me. However, if you're going to ask me who's going to win it...
Well, I always do, and you never get it right.
I never get it right, but I feel that I'm going to go for experience. And first of all, I like Ron Mitchell and his little border collie, Spring Farm Maddie. Now, they were second last year, so if Ron doesn't make any mistakes himself, I feel that the bitch could take him to the top this year. Another one that I like is the newcomer, Guy Haig and Shadow Squad Teal. That is one of the GSDs. They've been working very well. They're a nice matched pair, and I feel they could be a place. Then another one I like is Pip Young with Sea Like Carly. They come from the north of England and have been here before and have done very well. They could do it this year.
Well, we'll see if you're right in just a moment, Muriel. Thanks very much for those tips. There's one I'm keeping my eye open for. It's the oldest bitch in the competition, Sundach Gala with Nigel Cutts. How are they going to do? Let's take a look.
7 disciplines altogether. The first one we're going to look at, the send away, which quite logically has the handler sending the dog away to a target area at the other end of the arena.
And as you see, Pete, the target area today is in the shape of a V, which stands for the initial Vi, is the name of the judge, Vi Hall.
Forward.
Now, this little dog today has done exceptionally well and is not going to lose very much in this send away and could easily, if she carries on like this, come up into the places at the end of the day.
Halt. Thank you. Exercise and test finished.
And they just lost half a point. Very good indeed. Next one we're looking at is Rubus Starshine with Terry Casey. Lovely looking dog, lovely colour.
It's a blue merle, very unusual for a collie, but look how fast and keen she is.
Where's she gone?
Well, I think the handler was at fault there because the command to drop came very, very late and therefore the dog shot over the target. But the speed of this dog is fantastic.
It's a little bit too fast. It's going to cost them points, as you say, Mew. 6, in fact, they lost. Next dog is Binsgo Light Mischief, not working with her normal handler.
No, and it's very difficult today because of the strange voice, but you see, a result here is the dog's gone way over the target.
Halt. Forward. Collie dog.
And the dog coming forward before she was called there. This is going to cost them a lot.
Yeah. Halt. You just give that back to the
12 points gone there.
Thank you very much.
Bit of a disaster for them. As we now come to Kentigern Catastrophe, known as Kizzy, handler Jenny English.
Yes, and Jenny has worked 3 different dogs at Crufts, and this one is one of her best. She's very steady on the send away, and that must be a perfect mark
Forward.
there.
Collie dog.
Bright little dog. And Mrs. Hall thought so as well. Faultless, she said. This was the only faultless performance in that discipline. The next discipline we're looking at is the longest of all. That's the heel work, where the dogs have to walk at slow, medium and fast pace with their handlers. This is Hebe of Heavytree with Miss Sheila Gorman. It's a very good example of heel work.
Halt.
This, unfortunately, isn't. This is the Kismet Kid with Mrs. Kim Innes.
And this is their first time at Crufts, and obviously I think the atmosphere is getting to them a bit because the dog is not concentrating and the handler to me appears a little bit nervous, and both of them are making quite a few mistakes.
Enough to pick up 11 faults. This is Kingsley Golden Lass, the only golden retriever in the competition, with Mrs. Viv White.
Yes, she's 5 years old, and how good it is to see one of this breed in the ring again. Very good reaction to that command to go down.
It was an excellent performance, losing just 1 point. This is Tanaz Tarkan with Nigel Quisp.
Well, I must say that I don't like the rather exaggerated leg movements by the handler on the turns, and I do feel that a smoother style would suit this dog much better.
Left turn. Halt.
Well, there's certainly a lot of concentration there, Muriel. As we come to one of your tips, Ron Mitchell and Spring Farm Maddie.
Around the poles. Normal
Well, I
pace
could watch this
forward.
dog all day. She's a perfect example of good concentration, keenness, and good reaction to commands.
Very tight, these turns around those poles. That's beautiful.
Right turn.
So you might be on target for a win here. Miu.
Well, I hope so.
Thank you, handler. Exercise finished.
The next discipline is the distant control. Now this one here today is a very long distant control. We're looking at Shadow Squad Sarah at Romano with Guy Haig. Look at that distance.
1, 2,
Go!
3, 4,
You can hear the steward, Alan Lumley, calling the numbers.
6.
Go!
Thank you. Return to your dog.
I don't think anyone could fault that, and Mrs. Vi Hall certainly didn't. Faultless performance.
Thank you. Exercise finished.
The audience enjoyed it too as we look at Dodie's Magic Cathro. Mrs. Alison Wood, the handler. Lovely working sheepdog.
Halt, about to turn. 1,
And that's a wrong position. It ought to be a sit.
Can you put your hand down, please? Can you put your hand down, please?
Now, what's the steward saying there to him, you know?
Well, you see, the rules state that the handler is allowed to say the dog's name with either a
4,
command or a signal, and I think he felt that the signal there was a bit much.
5.
You can't do both.
No, not at all.
Thank you. Return to your dog.
And that was enough to cost 4 penalty points. Darlodge Fen next. Saw them in the send away where they only lost half a point. Lost half a point in the heel work as well.
Halt, about
Doing
turn.
very well indeed.
1,
Well, you heard that quite clearly.
2.
Missing one of the commands.
3,
Now, as you see, Lynn gives
4,
a signal on the stand position, which is quite in
5,
order, and a command for the other two.
6. Thank you. Return to your dog.
Well, the dog performed very well when she actually heard the commands. Pity about that first one. That cost them 3 points.
Thank you, handler. Exercise finished.
Well, the fourth discipline is the retrieve. Perfectly straightforward. An object is thrown for the dog to go and collect. Now, the object is a sort of articulated plastic snake. A little bit difficult.
Send your dog.
Sea Light Becky with Maureen Alcock.
Yes, they were the winners last year, remember, Peter?
Take it. Heel your dog.
And that
Right
perfect
to the steward,
retrieve shows why they won last year. Next we have Milbrow's Sapphire.
please. Throw your
Working
article.
sheepdog with Miss Pat Wilson.
Send your dog.
Whoop, nearly dropped
Yes. Not as clean as the first dog, and for me, much
Take
too
it.
close to the handler. I
Heel
think
your
she'll
dog.
lose marks for that.
it. She does. 1 point, in fact. Trickland Echo of Great Meadows with Pat Beaton. Lovely colour this, and they're beautifully integrated in colour, aren't they?
They are, certainly, and a very experienced pair. Whoops, there's another
Take
very
it.
close present, and she's slightly crooked at the same time.
Heel your dog.
But only enough to lose half a point. Back with Kentigo and Catastrophe and Jenny English. Just
Send your
lost
dog.
half a point so far in the overall competition. But that wasn't good.
She could lose about a half for that for a hesitant pickup, I would say.
Take it. Heel your dog.
Mrs. Hall agreed with you, Mew. Half a point gone. Still leading the competition. Ron Mitchell again coming up now with Spring Farm Maddie.
Send your dog.
They've only lost 2 points so far.
And Maddie loves to retrieve.
Take it.
She doesn't want to let go of that,
Heel
though,
your
does
dog.
she?
Now she hung on to it enough to lose 1 point in that. All the animals then had to do a 2-minute sit and a 10-minute down with the handlers out of the way. And after the sit, this is the position Kentigo and Catastrophe leads. 3 others close behind in second place. And as the handlers now leave the arena for the 10-minute down, there's Kismet Kid on the move, losing 50 points in the process, as will Shadow Squad for sitting up. The last event then, the scent discrimination. The 2 ladies there are putting out 2 decoy cloths. The steward is laying out a cloth which has the judge's scent on it into a particular pattern. At the same time, Mrs. Hall is handing another cloth to the handler. This is Nigel Cutts, the oldest dog in the competition, Sundach Gala. Hoping they're going to do well, I tipped them. All she has to do is find the cloth with the judge's scent. Isn't that easy? Well, actually, she makes it look easy. That's the right one.
That's brilliant, Peter.
Perfect test, still in contention. Skeet Gorthy of Evo with Mrs. Cheryl Good is next to go. Joint second at the moment. Well, that's not the one, that's a disaster.
That's very bad luck, Peter, because she's done so well in this competition up to now.
50 points lost, what a shame. Spring Farm Maddie next. Ron Mitchell, he'll be sweating.
Yes, he's my tip. I've got my fingers crossed for her.
That's the right one.
Take it.
Perfect. Total of 3 points lost. Only this one, Kentigo and Catastrophe. Little Kizzy with Jenny English can get in front. Got to do this right. She can only afford to lose 1.5 points. Well, she's going to lose something for that, isn't she, Muriel?
Yes, that'll cost something for sure.
Take it.
Well, this is now critical.
Healy dog. Exercise finished.
And in fact, she only loses 1 point. That's the winner, Kizzy.
Jenny English, you've been trying a long time to win this, haven't you?
Yes. This is my 8th time at Crufts.
And how long with Kizzy?
It's their 5th time.
You must be very proud of her, but it must have been a nervous moment during that scent discrimination.
Yes, it was very nervy. And I had to try and keep calm. Just about did it.
And the next day, quite a few others just about did it as well in the Dog Obedience Championship. Transmit Ken is in the lead, just 0.5 point lost. There's only the scent discrimination to go. That's the cloth. New pattern of cloths, of course. This is It's Fizz-It-Is, a Border Collie with Andy Young. In third place at the moment, just 1.5 points lost. Cloth over there on the left. That's the one. He's got it.
Take it. Healy dog. Thank you, handler.
Wonderful
Exercise
performance,
finished.
lost no points at all, just 1.5 in the competition. As we look at Evo's cross purposes with Jenny Watson. Popular couple, these two, raised thousands of pounds for charity prior to Crufts this year. A lot of people rooting for them. Well, that's the wrong cloth. They've blown it. So we look at the leader of the Dog Obedience Championship, Transmit Ken with Sue Orme. Lost 0.5 point in the competition total so far. That's quite brilliant. Very high standard of competition. Can they do it? That's the cloth. Now, is it going to be clear?
Take it. Healy dog. Thank you, handler. Exercise finished.
And the crowd know it. That is the winner. The winner of the Dog Obedience Championship for 1987, Transmit Ken.